Yeah, time for WonderCon! You all are most likely going to hate me from this video because I got to meet Dylan O'Brien!
Yeah.
This is another Adventure Time vlog, story time type deal video. I hope you guys enjoy these because I've been going to a lot of events lately and I do like to come back and tell you guys all about it because I like to have this kind of like video diary type thing because it's fun for me to watch and I hope it's fun for you guys to watch. If anyone knows about Comic-Con, you might know about WonderCon. WonderCon is kind of a smaller type of Comic-Con. It happens here in Anaheim once a year. We usually get some cool movies, like last year we got The Mortal Instruments, the year before that we got Spider-Man and Snow White and the Huntsman, and this year it was no different. I got to go as press for Page to Premiere, and Maze Runner was there, so of course Dylan O'Brien. Now, I haven't read the books yet, I haven't read Maze Runner, but I am very excited to see this movie, and this will be one of the first book to movie adaptations where I will probably not read the book before I see the movie. The thing is that I am in Southern California. Kimmy, who runs Page to Premiere, if you guys don't know what Page to Premiere is, and who are watching me, you should know the website that follows book to movie adaptations, and it's just a fun site. You guys should all follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook to keep updated with all your favorite book to movie adaptations. And plus, I'm there. So, my last video kind of alluded to that I was going to meet Dylan. Plans weren't necessarily official yet, and I didn't actually announce it until the day of on my Twitter account. Sit tight, people, because it's a story, and I hope you enjoy it. So a couple weeks ago we got an email if we wanted to cover the Fox panel at WonderCon, and of course we said yes because there was going to be X-Men and Maze Runner and How to Train Your Dragon and Planet of the Apes. We didn't know, but Dylan showed up along with Wes Ball and James Dashner and Will Poulter. Let's meet Dylan O'Brien. I was really excited to meet him because I love Teen Wolf. Like, Styles is my favorite character on Teen Wolf aside from Derek. Got all checked in, got my credentials, was there super early, checked into the press room, and waited there until the press line was going to come down. It's basically like a red carpet and the actors come down and answer questions, and no one's really been able to talk to the Maze Runner guys because the movie, of course, isn't out until September. We also had a one-on-one after press line, so it was just going to be Kimmy and the 4 talents from the movie. I was in that room for a long time and I couldn't get a hold of Kimmy and she was running late and I was freaking out and I was like literally Wikipediaing the Maze Runner because I thought I was going to have to do the filming and ask the questions. I was kind of freaking out. Fortunately Kimmy showed up. I had wrote down a couple questions. I felt prepared, but I'm glad she showed up because I was like, thank the Lord heaven, hair's down because it was bothering me in the ponytail. I've never really done one of these press lines for somebody who I kind of fangirl over, and at this type of situation you have to be professional. You want to make a good first impression on the Fox people who are press, and you don't really want to act like a fan. Unfortunately, there was a little bit of a fan still inside me. I couldn't squash that so much, but it did help tweeting because you guys were freaking out along with me and that was so much fun because I was like,
I can't fangirl out in the open, so I have to tweet it.
So we get all set up, got the camera, got the mic, and we're all set up to go. In walks in the Maze Runner cast. I run over to the photo line where they're all taking photos and there's like so many people. I was in vlog mode. I was like, I have to get every single type of footage I can. So I was on the lookout for some good footage to show you guys, and I got it. They were doing single shots of the actors, and Dylan moseyed on over to the side, back to his publicist. I recorded him doing some type of animal noise. I don't know. GIF that. I'll replay it for you guys.
more time, Megan.
Oh my gosh, Dylan O'Brien, what is he doing?
After I got that lovely footage of Dylan, we headed back to our spots, and it was so cramped. Guess who we were next to? We were next to Rotten Tomatoes. They didn't have like the little mic thing that said Rotten Tomatoes, but when the actors came up to them, they were like,
Oh, I'm blah 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 from Rotten Tomatoes. I'm like, Rotten Tomatoes, you.
Who else was on that carpet was the actor from How to Train Your Dragon, which I don't know his name. Also, the Planet of the Apes cast. Andy Serkis was there. And if you guys don't know who Andy Serkis is, then you obviously don't know Lord of the Rings. Because he is the genius who voiced Gollum. It was so cool seeing that guy up close. I couldn't wait to tell Alex when I got home. I'm like, heh. If you guys didn't know, I have a twin. And who else was there was Richard Armitage. And if you guys don't know who Richard Armitage is, he's from The Hobbit. He plays Thorin. It took a good 20 to 30 minutes for us to get an interview, and the only interview we got was Dylan O'Brien. So we kind of were like messing around on the carpet. Really, my whole thought actually from this whole experience was, I need a selfie with Dylan O'Brien. I was like trying to get like a shot of Dylan and I together. My camera only focuses on like one thing at a time. We had a couple false alarms. We thought we were gonna get Wes Ball and James Dasher. Nope.
Hey, yeah, I'll talk to you later.
We did finally get Dylan O'Brien. I was like freaking out because he was getting closer and his little dimples, and he's so cute. The first thing he said was to Kimmy, he was like, "Oh, you're Kimmy, you're funny."
I'm Kimmy.
Kimmy, nice to meet you.
Hi.
You're so funny. Yeah.
That's an awkward introduction. I was like laughing while holding the camera. Throughout the entire interview, I got so mad at myself, but I was like trying to you know, you had to look through the camera, look at the viewfinder. And I was like trying to look at him like in real life, not through the viewfinder, so I kept like looking up, and then the camera would fall.
At him with spears, you know, and
This is hilarious, but I have to pretend to be scared.
And then up again. And then the camera would fall.
To be scared.
Right, exactly. You know,
Can you blame me? Dylan O'Brien was like a foot away from me, okay? I had talked to Kimmy beforehand, and I guess we got our communications off. I wanted to ask just one question, and then the end of the interview comes, and I was like, what? Wait, I need to ask a question. Kimmy's like, okay, thank you. I'm like, wait.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I asked a Teen Wolf question that I thought I was going to get a really good answer from, but...
From your Teen Wolf cast, who would be the most likely to survive in the maze, and who would be the least likely to survive?
Holland would die immediately. It's the heels. The heels get you in the maze. She's got to know that.
We all know that Holland would die first, but I asked which one of your cast members would succeed.
And
but he doesn't answer the succeeding. I'm like, Tyler Hoechlin probably, or maybe Tyler Posey. No, he says Styles.
And Scott and Styles would make it out. I don't know.
He's not real, okay? It's you, but it's not care. I asked for a real person. The good thing that came out of that was I got to talk to him. Kimmy was supposed to run across the street to make it to her one-on-one. And then I was going to stay in the room and watch and tweet out the press conference. She ran over there for no reason at all because they moved everyone back so that they didn't have to run across the street because they were low on time because they had to get to the panel, the real panel. So Kimmy had to wave me back in. I was going to be a part of this one-on-one. So it actually was a 2-on-4 because there was 2 of us and there was 4 of them.
Inside, I was all happy because I could be with Dylan longer.
The Maze Runner cast went to the press conference, and after that, they came to us. Wes Ball, James Dasher, and Dylan were like talking to somebody else, and Will had come up to Kimmy and I first, and he's like, "Nice to meet you, I'm Will." In his British accent, he introduced himself to Kimmy, and then he introduced himself to me, and I was like holding the camera and the mic in like one hand. I was like, I would shake your hand, and I'm like, oh, okay, shake hand. And so like we shook hands on like the same hand. So that was awkward, and we laughed about it afterwards because we're like, oh well. Our interview finished up. If you guys want to watch that interview and the interview on the press line, you guys can go to youtube.com/pagepremiere. All links are down below if you want to see the interview in full, and it was a good interview. So as they were leaving, I got a hug from James Dasher. He's a sweet guy. Like, if you guys ever meet him in person, you go to a book signing, like, he's such a nice guy. Haven't read one of his books yet, so I felt kind of bad. Everyone was leaving now. It was like, last chance, last chance, last chance. Last chance. Bye, Dylan, nice to meet you. And he's like, oh, nice to meet you too. And he's so nice, so nice. He stopped, like, awkwardly, like, looked at me, and like, we both, like, went like this. Like, I leaned back, I was like, and I took like a second to think about it. I'm like, oh, come on, we'll just hug. He's like, okay. So Dylan hugged me, I got to like hug him, and Dylan left, and James Dasher was leaving. He's like, are you guys gonna go out to the panel? We're like, I don't know, we don't know if we can get in, because with these types of panels, like, you can't find a seat, and usually they don't let you sit in the back. And he's like, well, I think we're showing new footage. And we're like, oh, we have to go. We got into the press area, which is like on the side of the stage, and you can only get into it if you have like the press credential. By being in that press area, we are like in the front of the entire crowd. I kept getting tweets or like people saying like, I can see you, I can see you. You don't have a good view at all of the table, but you're right there, so like if you want to take pictures when they're coming on, you can get footage. At the end of the Planet of the Apes panel, someone asked Andy Serkis if he could call them Filthy Hobbit. I was like, yes, do it, do it. He didn't, but what he did do, he was like, Filthy Hobbit, what do you want this way, precious? I can't do it, I can't do it. The Maze Runner panel comes up, and we get to see the extended trailer, which hasn't hit the internet yet. The
director of the film, Mr. Wes Ball. You know him from films like Weird Millers, just won an MTV Movie Award, by the way. He plays the alley Will Poulter, everybody. And he's got a little show called Teen Wolf. I understand correctly, he is giving up BiteCon to be here with us today. He plays Thomas in the film Dylan O'Brien.
The panel was great, but then they played an entire scene from the movie, and the panel was done, and that was the end of Dylan O'Brien. Last year I cosplayed at WonderCon, and that was really fun. Really wanted to get like some cool footage with like other cosplayers. I attempted to get a cool video with Chewbacca, but he didn't hear me for some reason, so I now have embarrassing footage of me running after Chewbacca.
It's videoing right now, right?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, wait, Chewbacca! Chewbacca! I was videoing. How many people can say that they ran after Chewbacca and was slighted? So that was WonderCon 2014. Had a lovely meeting with Dylan O'Brien, got a hug, no picture unfortunately. Thank you guys for letting me fangirl with you on Twitter, because honestly, I had to be like this in person. Inside I'm just like, give me a thumbs up for Dylan O'Brien. Yeah. And if you are following me on Twitter, my links are all down below for you to find me elsewhere on the internet. I cannot wait for things to happen at Comic-Con. I mean, I can't imagine what's gonna happen. It's gonna be so good. I can't wait. Okay guys, thank you all for watching. I'll see you on the future. Fangirl on!